Hello, gamers.
Gamers.
Hello.
Welcome, gamers.
Let's bump this up a little bit. I'm trying to fiddle with audio since Riley decided that they wanted to sit away from the computer today.
I did. Andrew said I didn't have to play, and I said, well, what better to do than sit on my couch and watch my friend play a Final Fantasy game?
Riley, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm sitting. This is the first stream from the new place, and I decided to do a weird thing for it, so I don't get to actually test how my normal setup will work. But I think it's fantastic. You can see in the background of this shot my beautiful curtains, Andrew. This is a reference that you, the chat, will have to deal with tomorrow.
It's not the toilet?
It's not the toilet.
You're
no,
not
this is
the
a
gamers
different.
the toilet anymore?
This is a different camera angle.
Okay. I'm excited. We got Final Fantasy. I got a mana potion. Nice and blue. It doesn't show up blue. Does it look blue? Anyways,
I can see the bluish tones. It has a Baja energy to it.
It could blast a Baja if it tried.
It could blast a Baja. I also am drinking blue. It is an Oberon. It is a beer.
What do you say? The Bahamut Blast.
Bahamut Blast.
Grizzy, you're banned. For the rest of us, what do you say we get into Final Fantasy 16? Are you excited, Riley?
Let's go. What do you want to bet? This starts with a 2-hour cutscene, and we do not touch gameplay today.
I'm cool with it.
The two of us just sit here and watch a movie.
This demo features several chapters of Final Fantasy 16's first act. All saved progress can be carried over to the main game.
So it's not out. The demo is out.
The game is out. I just didn't want to pay $60 for this stream. And this is a demo where all the progress carries over, so I'm happy to
it's like you're playing the game.
Exactly. We hope you enjoy your time in Valisthea. Valisthea? Love fantasy games. Already 3 different equally valid pronunciations of one of these names.
The first guy who says it is going to be like, Valitessia.
Valid Tesla.
Well, like, that one is not, that one wasn't one of the options.
Oh, this is the same song from the menu, but I do love... I'm going to crank up the Elgato just a second so we can hear this a little closer.
Bring it up in the headphones.
I love the classic Final Fantasy dun, 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 dun. How they've brought it into the background of this song. It
is very cool.
What a good first song.
Final Fantasy isn't my JRPG of choice, but I respect it. I'm very excited for the new Final Fantasy VII.
I was going to ask, what is your experience with Final Fantasy?
I played a lot of 10 and then got stuck at a point where I needed to grind to beat a boss and gave up on it. I have played all of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I have looked at Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles from a distance.
This is sick. Riley, you can see the screen, right?
Yeah.
One of the accessibility things they have is you can do a visual alert to audio. I don't know if you can quite see it in the corner. In the corners, there's like little waveforms going.
Oh, that's cool.
You can kind of see it better as I flip through the menus, but...
So it's like red's music, green is sound effects.
I guess so.
It'll probably be like blue for dialogue or something.
Yeah, if I turn this up, you can see it a little clearer because it turns out... That's sick.
That's tight. That's cool.
Story-focused or action-focused?
You're an action-focused
I'm an action-focused guy. I'm not playing in baby mode.
I found out that you were playing Diablo with a hardcore mode character, and so I now have to just sit in this world with that knowledge. This is also our first test in the house of like what the sound is like with when I'm streaming. How can Mandy exist?
Some old man is telling me about Ross the Chronicler.
Yes. Oh, the mother crystals.
We also missed the guy saying Lusitania or whatever this place is called. Creative Business Unit 3 did not want you to talk through this cutscene.
Scale from 1 to Diablo, how Catholic do you think this game's gonna be? I already said a temptation. I bet something delivers someone from evil. We're halfway into the Lord's Prayer.
There's already a demon and a bird.
That's godly. Now, which one are we?
I think we're the bird. Chad is right. It is that's the Holy Spirit.
This is what they teach you at evangelical church.
Uh-huh. This Sunday school.
There's gotta be... I was gonna say there's gotta be a Catholic JRPG, and then I remember that Dragon Quest exists, so actually, never mind. Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm the bird!
Oh, you are the bird!
I'm the bird and I can shoot missiles.
Pew, 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 pew. You're doing great, Andrew. You're doing
I'm
great.
doing great. I can also evade, apparently.
When do you think that's gonna come in?
There. I did it.
Nice. Quick time. We all love a quick time event. Oh, he's in front of you now. Get him, Star Fox.
Is my favorite JRPG mechanics.
Tap Z or R twice.
Today I'll be playing the role of Phoenix.
Do you think you're gonna go down and you're gonna be a Phoenix down?
Oh shit!
These are the kind of Final Fantasy jokes you could expect from me. Oh, you're going down.
I got
oh
fucked.
no! Oh, you should have evaded.
I should have.
Now everyone's saying this is the darkest Final Fantasy yet. Do you think that's just gonna be because they're underground?
Because we're all underground. Yeah. Every game's going to the depths these days.
It is true. In that Nintendo Direct, they were like, "Ooh."
I didn't evade.
No, you died. Oh, he punched you so hard you became a man.
This is our boy.
My
Clive.
name is Squall Leonhardt.
Year
of the Realm
873.
873. The Nysa Defile, the Dalman Republic. So that's how I got this fire here. Pretty fucked up, huh? Kill the whole bird.
Chat, let me know if you can hear everything okay.
It'll be light soon. Both camps have begun to stir.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant.
No one else? Where's the fun in that? How do we even know the girl will be among them?
Our kind do not question orders. We follow them.
Bring up the game. Bring up the game.
Keep that in mind.
I'll bring it up a smidge.
Oh, I'm touching my scar
Let's
dramatically.
get this done.
They do all have the same face scar.
Interesting.
Okay, so I can't do it yet.
Interesting. Now, do you think we're starting as the babies? The baddies?
Yeah, we're all in the same frat.
Alpha Pi Gamma, go!
Fearless is the second Final Fantasy game to get an M rating. What was the first?
That was Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, did Remake have an M rating?
Well, actually, probably. I bet it's like one of the Lightning games. That feels right in my heart. That's 13, right?
Yes.
Type 0.
Is that a,
I'm
is that a
kidding,
Final
I think
Fantasy
that
game?
too. Yeah, the original pitch for this was, what if Andrew and I played two different Final Fantasy games that added up to 16? And the idea that Andrew plays Final Fantasy 16 and I play Final Fantasy
Type 0.
Smaller in the corner. All right, get to walking.
All
I
right.
said focus, Wyvern.
Are you? Oh, you're Wyvern?
My name Wyvern? No, my name is
No,
Clive.
it's just Clive. Sorry, you're Clive. Can I get a full look at our guy here? What do we have at our disposal here?
We don't have time for this. All hell is about to break loose.
My name can't
It's
be
like
Clive Wyvern.
That would be pretty cool. Is our sword? I'm seeing it a little choppy. Is our sword like a normal ass broadsword, just a small sheath there at the top?
It's a big old great sword strapped to our back. We've got a little sheath on it, yes.
Cute. A slutty little sheath.
Slutty little sheath. Just enough to cover the bits, but also enough to show off what we got going on.
Time to move.
Spring Break Anthem Final Fantasy 16.
So this is something that's kind of cool. This game has active time lore.
Shut the fuck
At
up.
any
What?
time, you can hold the little button in the middle to open up the active time lore feature, a compilation of important information relevant to Clive's current storyline progression. You can do this during cutscenes too. So
That's kind of cool. That's important, actually.
The mark applied to the cheeks of bearers, identifying them as something other than human. The great nations of Valistea have a long-standing accord to brand their bearers this way, that the slaves might be traded across borders.
Okay. All right. So what was tell me about the bastards. I want to learn about the bastards.
So that's our frat is the bearers.
Oh, what are the bastards?
The Bastards, a unit of trained assassins deployed to the Nysa Defile, deep within Dhalmekian territory, and tasked with the elimination of an enemy dominant.
All right.
And this is where we are, the site of a deep arid valley located in the eastern part of Dhalmekian Republic during the Battle of Twin Realms in 865, the site of repeated skirmishes as the Iron Kingdom attempted to make incursions into Dhalmekian territory.
Yeah, Grizzy is right. Do not rush this frat. This is a bad frat. You don't want to rush any frat that has a hazing ritual and will sell you over. All right.
So,
Big
what am I
Valley.
looking at? I don't know yet.
They haven't said a proper now. Now.
No. Okay, here we go.
Yeah!
The Iron Crusade.
Quick, before any information is revealed through character.
I better read it before they say, we're the Iron Crusaders.
And I'm like, yes, the Iron Crusaders. I've read of you.
I remember back in my day, these games came with a little booklet that would have told me all this beforehand.
I will need you to read that because I can't read any of that text.
All right, the Iron Crusade. The fighting forces of the Iron Kingdom. Ultimate command rests with the king, who issues orders directly to the commanders of each of his battalions. Ironblood soldiers generally prefer heavy clubs and great axes over swords or light weapons. This rather brutal approach is indicative of their overall attitude, which has earned them a reputation on the contingent as a savage, if somewhat primitive warriors.
All right. Unproblematic. Next.
The Dhalmekian Republic, which I think is us, right? Yeah.
I think
we are sent in Dhalmekian territory. Are we Dhalmekians?
if we were sent into, I don't think we are.
I assume not. Anyways, the place we are is a federation of 5 smaller states. It's located in the southern half of the continent of Storm, and its capital is Rondella. Riley, you writing this down?
Yes.
Its capital is Rondella. Its chief export is cotton.
Cotton. I don't care what the chief export is.
It's home to the mother crystal known as Drake's Fang. There's no official state religion, and citizens are free to worship as they please.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Finish.
Yeah, their key political entity is the parliament, which is formed of ministers representing each of the states with the prime minister at its head.
Fascinating information here. This actually, playing a game with a friend in this way is getting me more invested in this story than I ever would be alone. Because, so it has a parliament. It has people are free to worship as they please. Sounds good. Prime minister, got it. There was a bit at the beginning of there. What? There's something that caught me. Though, the Drake's Fang. Does every mother crystal have a unique name?
That's its name. Our mother crystal's name is Frank.
That's cool. That's fucking cool.
And I guess we're assassins going in to take out Shiva's dominant.
Which Shiva? We don't know who Shiva's dominant is, and only the dominant. I assume that's going to be some position in the parliament.
Okay.
This is a particularly funny way to do this because the game normally doesn't tell you about this for another half hour. Yeah, frankly, it's.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, he got he got to live.
Who's that guy?
Steve. He had a family.
God. Okay, let me see how our audio stacks up to the game itself. Yeah.
Chocobos are so funny.
We're dealing with the problem where when the game itself is playing, it's very loud.
Boom. Got him. Dead. Incinerated. So the two signs here. do you think the two sides that are fighting are the Darmanican Republic and the other fucker, the Iron Blood? Yeah.
That sounds right.
They won't need this new dominant of theirs.
We're tracking down the dominant of Shiva. Chat, do I sound blown out right now?
You got a little loud, yes. The Zernitra stronghold.
What do you mean you refuse? Did you not pledge your swords to our cause?
Come now. Marshal, the King of Waloed is our guest.
He looks chill.
Okay, so much new information. Let's start with Fort Zernitra, which is where we are.
Sorry, I am fiddling with... All right, this should be better. This should be better as long as I'm not, like, yelling. Perfect. All right. Men of the Fist. That's the other side. That's Dhalmekia's standing army. While officially an organ of the Republic, each of its 5 states is granted relative autonomy with regard to the management of its troops. Aside from certain specialized squads, battle deployments are mostly comprised of small units employing a mixture of foot soldiers and battle mages. The former are known and feared for their curved swords and prodigious axes and the deadly skill with which they wield them.
Curved sword.
So, the Dhalmekian Republic is the Men of the Fist, and they are defending Fort Zernitra. The Kingdom of Waloed says that it is standing with Dhalmekian Republic, but now they're like, actually, we're not going to give you soldiers.
Okay.
Waloed is the sole surviving nation in Ash. It has a capital at Stonehure, home of the Mother Crystal of Drake's Spine. A warlike land, its considered military might serves to keep neighboring countries at bay. While Waloed does maintain a national alliance with the Dhalmekian Republic, it's very much a marriage of convenience.
So, do we think that each of the I want to learn about Fort Zernitra or whatever.
Oh, this is Mike's house.
Do you think that each of the mother crystals come from the mother dragon? Is that what I'm putting together here? You have Drake's Fang, Drake's Spine.
Sounds like it, but I would assume by force, since they're all like a different body part.
Yep.
And it's hard to get someone's spine consensually.
Drake's toesies.
Strong. There's a joke there. A stronghold situated at the western end of the Nysa Defile in the Dhalmekian Republic. In the year 873, it served as the site of a meeting convened by the Dhalmekians with their Waloeder allies in an attempt to enlist the aid of driving back the Iron Blood, who'd been a thorn in their side since the Battle of Twin Realms 8 years before.
All right.
And you have His Majesty's answer.
It's not going well.
It's not. That's never a good thing when someone does that.
Love casual applications of magic like that.
Also having blue tea.
Also
You do
love
this?
lighting your pipe with magic.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
Smoking is very cool. You heard it here first, folks. Smoking is really cool.
I mean, it is. It's just, it's not cool enough to die for, but it is very cool.
Riley Hopkins Network says everyone should smoke. It's very cool.
You're just, it's just cool, man. Like, it's a bummer. It sucks. But, like,
this is definitely boomers meeting with zoomers. Absolutely. She's got a vape pen. He's drinking coffee.
Your dominant has yet to take the field. So there's a single dominant for each group, it sounds like.
Yeah, whatever dominants are. Well, the Iron Blood have a dominant, which I would assume, unless this guy is the dominant of Shiva that we're supposed to take out.
Should this citadel be allowed to fall?
Well, he's big.
Capital will lie exposed. I doubt the Crusaders will wait for the good king's pawns to line up before taking to the board.
Pretty sure this is the guy that tried to catch Walter White.
The guy who does that thing, or the Breaking Bad song, popular from 2008.
Grizzy, this guy definitely does look like Sundowner from Metal Gear Rising. You're absolutely right.
You think this guy's the dominant?
This game is over.
I assume so. He seems very
Can we find
dominant.
out?
Frank, he's a dominant. Okay, dominance. Those within whom sleeps the power of an icon. Though they look and think no differently to any other man or woman, they can not only cast elemental magics without a crystal, but can also transform themselves into beasts of world-shattering strength at any moment, a quality for which they're honored, worshipped, and feared the realm over. So these are Titans from Attack on Titan.
Yeah. They're Saiyans. Oh, wait, there's a battle. There was another one in there, too.
I was just going to say, this battle between these dudes and those dudes.
Look,
Battle
that's a
of the
lot of
Twin
text.
Realms was a conflict fought between the Holy Empire of Sanbrek and the Kingdom of Willode in the year 865. Sanbrequois forces, with the power of the icon Bahamut on their side, took the Strait of Athua back from Willode, putting an end to the blockade that had lasted several decades. You writing this down? You got your notes?
Yes, sorry.
The Willoders, looking to hold back the Sanbrequois advance by any means necessary, formed an alliance with the Namekian Republic, who themselves were waging war against the Iron Kingdom on the Western Front, and prevented the Empire from progressing any further. I will say, it is cool that they do this. Opening this menu does kill any momentum that these scenes have. Yeah, and Red Seraph's right. I love learning about tactics and geography I haven't had any reference to yet.
Yeah, okay, we can just let it rip. We can just go. This is very much the have you ever seen a movie? You learn facts as things are revealed over time.
You cock.
What's a cock?
God.
There's no entry. I don't know what that is then.
Benedict.
Take care.
Oh my word.
Does the lion take care when he chases the hare?
I didn't know they were allowed to do this in Final Fantasy games.
Oh, he rhymed.
Oh, my love. You are a lion. You're a
Which one of them do you think is gonna die?
I think we're gonna fight both of them as bosses,
But I will need
or one of them's gonna join our party.
Is this
Yeah,
allowed?
What are they doing? What are they doing? The game will let me open the active time lore button.
It's like, no, this is important. You have to stay here.
We can't tell you what smooching is.
Goodies. Chaos, that's from that other Final Fantasy, right?
It sure is.
We haven't said anything yet, right? Do you think we talk? Oh, dramatic, look.
Wee.
Yahoo!
Wah.
What a fucking comedy sketch thing that I think of literally every day is a old Derek comedy bit.
Yeah?
From like when Donald Glover did sketch comedy. I don't know how well most of it is aged, but the one that I think of is like the in a world where guns don't make the noises they're supposed to. It's like bada booey, bang, bang, bang. Think about that shit every day of my fucking life.
Take the van.
We have a van?
Van? The van? You better mean like a horse that
Where's
they
the
named
van?
The van. The catalytic converters were invented.
Something's not right.
Oh, we talked.
There's just an entire entry for like a Chrysler Challenger, just like an entire owner's manual. This is the good shit. Titan!
Finally grew tired of being slaughtered.
So is this, do you think, the lion guy we just saw?
I willing to bet.
Show me his butt.
Here to greet the bastard.
All right, so this is their dominant.
That's who we're trying to.
Every army every nation has a kaiju guy.
I'm willing to assume. I think that every Aeon or god in the Final Fantasy has a kaiju stand user, or like a Titan from Attack on Titan is how I'm reading it.
That's cool as hell. Now, why would you fight any normal battle when you could just bring out the big guy and win?
Why do the Power Rangers ever fight on the ground? Why don't they just always use the Megazord to step on people?
Because Zordon said you can never be the one to escalate a fight. You need to let the others escalate the fight.
Well, in Final Fantasy Zordon said that too. Bahamut.
Bahamut said that. Okay, why does the bigger guy not simply eat the smaller guy?
It's too chilly.
So we're here to kill her then, right?
I assume so.
No, because she's
Like, I think that
with the Iron-Blooded. Am I right about
yes,
that?
and I know from what I know about Final Fantasy, that's Shiva. So I would assume that she's chilly, and we are here to take her out.
And that's Karn.
And that is Karn, yes.
I could spend 13 tokens on him to bring all exiled cards back to the board.
And Clive is dead.
Nope, he got better.
Did we just flash step?
I think we did. Andrew, what? They said move, Andrew.
I'm moving. I'm schmoving. Whoop. 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 I'm not doing a great job.
Andrew, his name is Clive Wyvern.
Is it really Clive Wyvern?
That's so funny.
This is the same series that gave us Cloud Strife, so I can't, like...
Final Fantasy does just name its characters weird shit.
I never expected to see a Final Fantasy subtitle that was just fuck, 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 fuck.
My favorite version of like fake fiction names is Trigun, where it's just like normal names but with a letter weird, where it's like, bear me, get over here. Oh no, it's Gan. Ganiel.
I think Clive is just such a normal name for a guy in a Final Fantasy game.
Well, the last guy was Jack, right?
Yes. Yeah, Jack, but then before him was Noctis. Like...
It's fair. Is our sword getting fucked up behind us? How's our sword sitting?
I hope not.
Oh, is he dead?
That thing hit us so hard the background music cut out.
Knocked the highlights out of my hair.
I told you before, you do not get to die here.
This guy is the deadest guy that's ever lived. This guy might as well have said that he has a wife to get home to.
Brother.
Oh, did your brother die? Is that what
I wonder
happened?
if that was brother or like brother. That didn't make any sense when I said it that way, but I hope you understood what I meant.
Brother or like a brother.
We're brothers in arms, Riley.
Yes. My big sword.
Back in my twink days?
13 summers ago, is that what it said?
I think so.
All right, Andrew, you know what you got to do. I'm joking. You don't have to.
There's always work for you in the stables.
This is before we got our tattoo. Rosalith Castle. It's a castle.
Unless, of course, you think you can defend your master while sat on your ass in a puddle of pig swill.
Twink days, also known as being 15 years old. Yeah, whatever.
Right. Go on. You're
sure to hit him eventually.
Kill him! Kill him!
Look, Twink Death comes
Show
for
me
us all
blood.
eventually. You know, I used to be something of a twink myself.
Two arms.
Absolutely untrue.
Disappoint the galaxy.
Back in high school, they released. I'm done. I'm done with this line of thought.
What'd you say?
No, I'm done, Andrew.
Okay.
Kick the shit out of this man. It's time to combat tutorial. Nah, you're good. You got it.
I did this last night, so
Oh, okay.
I guess I could have gone through for the audience, but turns out we can fight in this game.
See? I told you he could do it.
Aye.
He thought so hard at him that he died.
I didn't realize it
Wow.
would skip to the very end like this.
Bested at last. It's taken me.
All I needed to do was skip the fight.
That was a display.
You see, every time I fight you, it gives me an option if I'm ready or not. And I just clicked skip.
Yeah, we call that menu skip. It cuts out like a good 10 minutes of tutorial. I should have that little speed run counter going in the corner. Get the first recorded speed run.
Of the Final Fantasy 16 demo. Now, we haven't stayed in every cutscene, which I think will put us behind.
Can we skip? I don't want to like test it is the problem.
Nah, I want to learn. I wanna
ATL
learn.
percent. You do have to read out loud all of the ATL. Oh, so one thing pointed out. I have the magic of the Phoenix as part
Okay.
of that's been granted to all of us.
And the Phoenix is the guy we started playing.
Phoenix's flames are a gift.
To waste. My shields look
What was the Phoenix fighting at the beginning of the game?
A big old dude.
You were coughing this morning too.
Heard.
You shouldn't be outdoors.
I'll be fine. It's just a cold.
Don't push yourself.
Kid's the second deadest there's ever
Yeah,
been.
that kid definitely has fantasy dead disease.
Yeah, if you are a medieval child and you have a cold, you might as well be already digging your grave.
Please, this is no place for one such as you. I would gladly brave hell itself.
I ate this kid?
Boy.
You gonna tell me I absorbed this child?
Rosaria thanks you for your indefatigable loyalty.
Thank you, Your Grace. We live to
What does
serve.
indefatigable mean?
Okay, hold on.
Sorry,
Joshua?
pulling up this screen is the funniest joke to me.
It's so like Clive. Oh, we're no Clive Redfield.
Rossfield,
Okay, so we're not Wyvern yet.
firstborn son of Archduke Elwyn, ruler of Rosaria. We're a little prince boy. From a young age,
prince.
Clive dedicated himself to mastering the blade, and his practice paid off when he was appointed first shield of Rosaria, tasked to guard the Phoenix, and blessed with the ability to wield a part of his fire.
Then what do you think happens that ends up with our face getting branded and into the indentured servitude frat?
Are things from trailers going to count as spoilers? I'm going to say yes, just because I haven't seen any of the trailers.
Yeah, I have already everything I have seen here is new information to me.
This is our little brother who does not like carrots. Write that down.
Write that down. Right.
This is Rodney.
Rod. What's the last name?
Rodney Murdoch, who taught
Rodney
us,
Murdoch.
he trained us, and he's the commander of the Rosarian army. A first shield.
Big Rod.
First shield is the mightiest and most stalwart shield of the Rosarian army. It is entrusted with the personal protection of the dominant of the Phoenix, and is gifted a portion of the Icon's power over flame, a boon known as the Blessing of the Phoenix, which is that thing from that Daft Punk song, the Get Lucky song.
What the fuck did you just say to me?
Also, Josh, I should point out, I skipped over this entirely. This kid is the dominant of the Phoenix. I was too focused on the fact
Dead.
that he hates carrots, that's at the very end there, that I missed the fact that he's a big old bird.
Yeah, he's going to die, and we're going to get his Phoenix power. I bet.
I would assume.
Oh, so that thing at the beginning is a dominant fight then.
Joshua,
Oh, probably.
you should not be out of doors. We have discussed this.
You stink.
Sorry.
You're so stinky.
Good day to you, Mother. You've been a
Come,
Do I know you?
your father will be expecting us. Lord Murdoch?
While we watch a cutscene, I'm going to do a thing I chastise you for all the time.
Eat.
What a way to treat your own flesh and blood.
Oh, wow, she's a real dick.
Not his fault. Not everyone can be born the field.
Oh, so he's the favorite son. I see.
We should join
Oh, she's a stepmom, you say?
I will say, if I had 2 kids and one of them could turn into a bird, that would be my favorite too.
I mean, yeah. Gotta know when to hold them. That's your other brother. Oh, good on. Chocobos are so stupid. They're so funny.
I love them.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. Can you take this? Thanks. Oh, what do I do?
Fantasy authors looked at ostriches and were like, I could weaponize that. And it's great. I love it.
Welcome home, Father.
Papa.
Thank you, Joshua. You are well, I trust.
Yes, Father. Much better. Today,
Cough.
Dad and I went to the bay to watch Clive's spa.
Is that so?
All right, who's deader? My dad, my brother, or the other guy in the other cutscene?
You'll make a fine hound one day.
I think guy in the other cutscene is gonna die at the end of the act. Maybe at the end of the tutorial. I think your dad is gonna die in the next 10 minutes. I think your brother is gonna die in between those two.
The capital rejoices.
Red Seraph does point out that our brother is the dominant of a bird famous for dying.
Yeah, if I was a dominant, I'd be the dominant of something like a fucking dragon or like the Kraken. I want to be dominant of dead thing. It's like that guy whose stand is that he dies. Ow.
Fields dismissed.
He hit me. Owie. Ooh. Is this it for the dog? DoesTheDogDie.com, everybody. Go check it out if you need to.
Clive here is off to see the Archduke.
Because I'm telling you, that dog is fucking dead.
That or it's a party member, one of the two.
One of the two.
No in
It's either
between.
going to live through the game or it is going to beef it very soon. Sunrise, sunset. Question mark? Sunrise, sunset?
If I find myself lost, don't fret. Hold down L3 and trust your animal instinct to point you in the right direction.
Excuse me?
Is trouble brewing?
Hold down L3.
I'm not sure.
It's
Oh,
my
it's just like
animal
a-
instinct.
My animal instinct says left.
My animal instinct says my dad lives over here. And find items.
Animal instinct will cause items to highlight. Your animal instinct tells you to hit A to jump.
Honestly, if I had one son that turned into a bird and a different son who just started sniffing the air every time he tried to remember where his room was, I would have a favorite son.
It would be not a contest. Did you drop this apple, boy? It's covered in dirt now, and I'm going to eat it.
Forgive me, Lord Marquess Page. Do not concern yourself with this bungling cur. Bow to him, you fool. Don't I say to speak?
It was no trouble. Really.
Oh, you're like a cool mom. You're a cool prince.
Be allowed to stand in your lordship's presence is more than his kind deserves. Why, neither the Empire nor the Republic treat their bearers half so well. He was lucky to be born in your father's dominion. Very lucky.
I do get a little bored of like
every day.
the good prince, where he's just like, oh no, I'm no different from a normal man. Please stand.
You and I are exactly alike.
I love like.
Except that.
Oh, go ahead.
Except that you are subservient to me.
You work for me just as conceptually, because of my genes and my bloodline.
Yes.
We were born.
You
into
and
this,
I put on my pants. We are the same. My servants put on my pants one leg at a time.
The same. My servants put my pants on me the same way they put it on anyone else, like themselves or whatever.
I assume that there are lesser people that go to serve to my servants, and such lesser that serve to them, and under that animals.
See, I much more respect like Final Fantasy IV, where their protagonist is a guy who finishes up like the first quest and comes back to his wife and is just like, I'm starting to think these bombing runs might not be justified.
I'm beginning to think that maybe the war crime is not the move.
I bombed a town of wizards today. I can't help but think.
I think someone's hungry.
Yeah, there's an item over here. My human gamer instincts told me that.
I'm the dominant of the gamer. I turn into a real big dweeb.
I'd rather be the dead bird dominant. Can I get on that table? Yeah! I don't think so.
No. Banned. Princes don't get on tables.
We're just like anyone else.
Just like anyone else. Royalty. They're just like us. Oh, proper noun. We're good.
That's my dad. We know about the brand.
Oh, so he's a bear. Okay, hold on. I didn't see his facial scar. So he's a bear like we become.
Okay.
Do we end up getting like becoming a prisoner of war or something? And then like that is how we get marked with that brand?
A person with the power to cast magics without a crystal. In Valistea, men and women who awoken as bearers are enslaved. They're marked with a brand upon their cheek and used as tools, a cheaper alternative to the scarce and precious shards. The system of slavery has persisted for centuries and has become so ingrained in Valistean life that few take pity on the bearer's plight, seeing them as less than human.
All right. And that's the brand.
Mm-hmm. Newborn babies are checked at birth, those who are found to be bearers being branded and taken to the custody of the state. Rarely they evade this test, either because their parents hide them, the testers are lax in their duties, or their powers don't awake until later, yet most do not remain unbranded for long. Okay.
There's Joshua.
That probably won't come up again.
No, I think after that flash forward, we're just going to play out the next 13 years of this guy's pretty peaceful life. That was an alternate future. There's 2 cold opens.
The power of the Phoenix dwells within Joshua, and Joshua alone. If any ill should befall him, it will be on your head.
Bad news about his cough. Making an effort.
Okay, well, what are you, my teacher?
Some large gates with stiff levers require extra effort to operate.
The next one's going to come up and be like, joy to have in class. Potential.
My animal instinct says I have to get through this gate.
Oh, tap into the animal within. Maybe we play all of this game. Maybe we just tactics out the window. We're now just a series where the 2 of us do this full-on Game Grumps style. That's cute. She waved the little dog's paw.
Uh-huh.
That's a shame that they're both going to die in 10 minutes.
They're either dying in 10 minutes or they're both going to be party members. There's no other option. She does have healer vibes.
She does have healer vibes. That is just because she's the first woman you've seen in this game.
Look, I played Final Fantasy long enough. I can spot a healer at 1,000 yards.
All right, you can stop licking my boots. Mother isn't here.
All right, that seemed a little mean.
Most lie under a pall of black.
It's not sexism, it's pattern. You can't. I understand the joke you're making, but I need you to know how you are approaching a line with a veracity. The problem is you're correct as it comes to Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest games.
Yeah, we're just pointing at the line that exists. The line that Creative Business Unit 3 has created.
Creative Business Unit 3 and Dragon Quest Company both agree with you.
I think same studio. Probably
no,
not.
Dragon Quest is Squeenix, ain't it?
This is Bradley. This is Final Fantasy.
Is this a Square Enix?
Yeah, but.
Oh.
He was definitely telling us how cool one of the dragons things was.
The dragons were sick, dude. Oh, he had like a monster truck. Okay, Dragon Quest's producers. Yeah, Dragon Quest is also Squeenix.
Yeah, so we are the Iron Kingdom, known to the local tongue as Hairan. The Iron Kingdom is an archipelago nation situated off the west coast of Storm.
Oh, so we're also the fucking Iron-Blooded?
No, never mind. I think that we are fighting against. We are Rosaria. The Iron Kingdom are who we are fighting against now, and then they enter into a fight with. So we fight them, right?
Okay.
They fight the Dalmaskins.
They presumably kick our ass. We are sold into servitude. We are then, as a prisoner hit squad, sent after the people who killed our families?
Yes. Mother crystals are enormous glassy mountains. They're mountains.
Oh, that's cool.
5 of which tower over the lands of Valistea. They're the source of all the crystals that the people of the Twins rely on in their everyday lives. Not only that, but the lands surrounding them are rich with aether, making the magics the crystals cast even more potent. For these reasons, great nations have sprung up around each mother crystal and have long warred with each other for possession of the blessings.
All right, I'm going to go grab some Cheez-Its, Andrew. I'll be right back.
All right.
You want anything?
Dead lands are where there's nothing. I'll take some Cheez-Its. That sounds good.
Hell yeah.
Am I to go with you as Joshua's shield?
There is something else I would have you do first. Rodney.
Knew a Rodney once.
You will have heard the reports, I'm sure, of beastmen from the north being sighted within our borders.
Goblins in the Stillwind marshes. I know of the rumors, yes.
Then you know what must be done. I will give you 2 good men. While we ride north tomorrow, you will journey to Stillwind, search it and clear it. Then you will join us at Phoenix Gate.
It is time to prove your strength and shut your mother up for good.
Time to be dudes being dudes.
I will do my duty, Your Grace.
Is this guy my dad? Yes. Okay.
That will be all. Rest well. We ride at dawn.
Yes, Your Grace.
My animal instinct says I should go to bed. Okay, I can't.
Yeah. All right. But
My animal instinct is telling me it's sleepy time.
did I miss anything important, Andrew?
My dad said something mean about my mom again.
They should get a divorce, I think.
That's our stepmom, so I think he's already done that once.
Is she really our stepmom?
Oh, you know what? You're right. I forgot. Probably not.
Okay. This is actually a great camera angle because it gives everyone a chance to get Ellie cam.
Hi, Ellie.
She likes Cheez-Its.
Not long. 4 days.
Dead first.
And you will be taking Joshua.
I can't exactly leave him behind, can I? The blood of the Rosfields runs in his veins. Before going to war, we perform the rite at Phoenix Gate. It's our way. You know that. And only the dominant can enter the apothecary, so yes, I'm taking Joshua.
Oh, to hell with your way! The boy is ill.
You think I don't know that? But the boy is also the Phoenix. The heir to the throne. Can't keep him in swaddling clothes all of his life.
Elwyn!
Don't worry. Clive will watch over him.
Oh, I hate Clive. I also hate him.
Already a fine soldier. He will make a splendid shield.
You see more in him than the Phoenix did. He was rejected, Elwyn.
Oh, he was
damn.
rejected.
He has no place for such a failure. He is worthless. A man like any other.
As am I, my dear.
Nonsense. You are the Archduke of Rosaria.
Oh, not this again. You know as well as I do that I only sit upon the throne because my...
If you're not the Phoenix, then you're nothing. Well, I'm not the Phoenix. Yeah, but you're king, so it's different. Okay, well, he's my son, so he's a prince.
So he's like a regent.
You are your father's
Okay.
firstborn son, and you sit upon the throne. All is in its right place. Unlike some, you have not disgraced our noble blood.
Without men like Clive to keep us safe, your precious noble blood would long since have graced the gutter.
He was very horny for a Final Fantasy game. You're right.
I'm going to sleep.
It's the darkest Final Fantasy, they said. By dark, they mean we watched all of Game of Thrones.
They did. I forgot about that.
They were like, wow, this is great. We're going to delay our entire dev cycle to take place over the entire run of Game of Thrones. Give it 3 years, and then release.
Wishing on a star.
From what I hear, much like Game of Thrones, this game starts off really well, and then the story really falls to shit in the final couple acts.
That sounds like every Final Fantasy game I've ever come across.
Yeah. I saw someone tweet about that, and I was just like, as is our way. Like, that's...
Yep.
We take the story to the Phoenix Gate, where it gets judged.
And it goes, nah.
Shield. I'm sworn to protect him.
I have to go clear out some mines before I can join the rest of my family.
Too many risks.
I don't know if you were here for that.
I only wish I could save him.
I wasn't. So your dad and your brother are going to die, air quotes, go missing.
Father has given me my first command.
And then you are going to get branded and secretly become the dominant.
Starlight, starbright, first star I see tonight.
That's a good moon.
Would be a shame if something happened to it.
There's going to be.
You want a cigarette, kid? I stole them from my dad.
Kicking up game audio a little bit.
I've begun tend to take peace for granted. I assumed the war between our nations would be the last.
Yeah, what are you, 10?
But it never really ends, does it?
No. The next war will be bigger than before.
Bigger than before.
You'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You're a shield of Rosaria, after all, and blessed by the Phoenix.
Do you think things go bad when you leave, before you leave, or when do you think things break bad?
Well,
It's getting cold.
I was just thinking to myself, I do like that this game,
My lady.
like, I do think if this was Final Fantasy
Good night, Clive.
11 or whatever, like, if this was coming out then, this is when the game would start and take place. And it's interesting that this is just the prequel to the game itself. Like, we're picking up with this guy in his 30s, not when he's 15.
We're in the war has been lost.
Yeah, like, war has been lost. Presumably, my family's not doing great since I'm working as an assassin in some secret group of branded people. Like, this is like this right here is not the story. This is how we got here, which I think is an interesting thing that
Don't worry. I'm sure
I don't think they would have done,
I'll try.
you know, 4 Final Fantasies ago.
Do you think your dad and Joshua go missing, both are presumed dead. Joshua shows up later on the bad guy's side, having been brainwashed.
I don't know. It's definitely going to get a big everything going to shit.
Friends, we ride for Phoenix Gate. May the blessing of the crystals go with us. And shield
Okay.
Violet's flame forevermore.
So the whole game that you played, you just kind of walked around, right?
Yeah, I would have fought Rodney if I hadn't clicked start through the cutscene. My main complaint with the demos is not quite enough to sell someone on the game if they weren't already planning on getting it. Been much stronger if it included literally the next mission. Interesting.
I shall see her safely to Phoenix Gate.
Thank you.
You saying that makes me more interested in buying the game than anything in the 15-year development cycle of this game.
We're ready to depart, my lord.
Just 2 guys. The power of our bond will get you to wherever you need to go without a problem.
This is to be no mere investigation. If there are goblins in Stillwind, they won't leave willingly. The beastmen are a fierce foe. We underestimate them at our peril.
Not today, we won't.
I'm super estimating.
Sir Tyler, let us do
Tyler.
our duty.
With pleasure.
Wade and Tyler.
Command.
Oh my god.
To the marshes then.
Sir Clive, we've been working on a mixtape, actually. The 2 of us, we rap together. It's like a Christian rock rap group.
So there's 2 options here. Either we're going to do this thing normally, or these dudes are definitely here just to, like, take me out. Stillwind, Western Rosaria. There was a time not long ago that the songs of civilization echoed through Stillwind's knotted boughs. Now the settlements lie abandoned, and the only sound to escape this forsaken place are the howls of beasts that have fled to the Deadlands to make the bogs their home.
I think Wade and Tyler are not going to kill us, but are going to die.
I think they're going to die in whatever happens at Phoenix's Gate.
Do you think we get to Phoenix's Gate?
I think so. Made the
These
map.
motherfuckers made the map dark. How am I going to keep track of the geopolitics?
Yeah, this game should have a. If you open up the game case, there'll be a map in the very front.
It's all swamps from here. Watch your step, my lord.
Shrek is in here.
Else?
We have to be careful.
They're giving Fire Emblem 2 Cavaliers vibes, absolutely. Lost in a fog.
Lost in a fog?
Feeling overwhelmed? Try equipping one or more of the 5 timely accessories. For example, the Ring of Timely Strikes allow its wearer to chain complex attack combos only using square. The Ring of Timely Focus slows time before an incoming attack, allowing for an extended evasion window. Neat.
Oh, cute.
So I can do a little Phoenix dash. What can I do? I can attack. I can shoot fire. And I can do a magic thingy that's on a cooldown.
Just like Diablo.
What do my animal instincts say? I smell goblins over here.
Exactly the most well-maintained path.
I've listened to that season of Adventure Zone.
They've all fled from the blight.
I do like this guy.
Used to live here.
Like,
The old village of Stillwind is ahead.
I do like the introduction that we got to all of this. That was like when he's talking to, what is it, Wade and Tyler?
Yeah.
And he was like, "All right, there are goblin bandits in the Stillwater camps," and it's like, oh, we're giving like main quest Final Fantasy energy to go to a place and clear out the goblins, huh?
Seraph, I think it's because he's been blessed by the Phoenix that he can use magic.
I think it's because of him with the Phoenix, and I think also, I bet my parents are pulling some strings so that I'm not a branded tied into service or whatever, or because I'm a shield, then I'm good instead of like.
Well, no, because they said every fucking kid gets beefed. Like it is like that is the thing. So I would imagine, and your mom would have brought up that and when talking about how much you suck.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're just like doing it willy nilly around these two.
That's true. These are good goblins.
There's some little freaks over there, sire.
Fucking Wade.
Or Tyler.
Nah, Tyler's the redhead one.
I'll be real with you, Andrew. They're all squares to me.
With me.
Use triangle left to strike an opponent to conjure a magic explosion that deals significant will damage. How do I dodge? R1, okay. Pop! Alright.
Goblins. So the reports were true.
That was a super deadly fight, sir. I was so scared.
Yoo-hoo, goblins.
Gorblern, are you in here? Oh, item.
Got a strength tonic. Whoop.
So there's your little flash step.
Have care, my lord.
Oh, I lock on. Okay. Yeah.
The Drowned Village.
Pop. Oh. Somebody has dropped loot.
Ooh. Gotta buy them.
I know in my heart that, like... Oh, I should probably turn down the game just a little bit while we're in action mode. I know in my heart that like every game could be someone's first, and we do have to like tutorialize. There is a little bit for me where I'm like, do we really have to tutorialize? Like, you can drop loot, like.
That's how I feel when I'm like writing a TTRPG, and I'm like, dice are little squares that you roll and have numbers on them, and they're used to randomly determine what the next thing will happen is.
Mm-hmm.
We do this because no, I don't fucking. You get it. You know what you're doing, and even if you don't, you can hang, figure it out. You got it.
I'm writing I'm working on a Pokemon tabletop game. And as I do, there's a lot of stuff where I'm like, do I have to explain what a Pokemon is? Like, I assume if you don't know what they are, you wouldn't have picked up this book.
Just have your professor say, do you know what a Pokemon is? And you go, yes. And we go, okay. I've gotten rid of all the tutorialization aspects for you at the beginning of your journey.
I mean Pokemon tabletop, so do I write this into the rule book?
Oh, do you write it into the rule book? No.
Pokemon's a little dude.
Well, actually, it's for Pokemon in a tabletop thing. I think it is like an important setting, like tone setting piece to have your intro be like the welcome to the wonderful world of Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like that is a important flavor aspect.
You're probably right.
Oh, just add ATL to your rulebook PDF. Grizzly's right. Grizzly's right.
It's a Goblin Weaver. I did a weird...
You've done some finishers before. I wonder what the call is for them. How's combat feel? Does it feel good?
It feels kind of like 15. Where it's like, it's an action game more than it's an RPG in a way that I'm... Damn, alright.
Get him.
Personally, I like a game that's a little more turn-based than like running around trying to chain together combos.
No, unfortunately, no one likes those anymore.
I know.
Those lost. They were defeated. Alright, that bash is not faster because it does stop you dead in your tracks.
I found the same thing when I, insufficient inventory space, potions. So that one stops me in my tracks, so does the, what's the this one.
What's the point? What's the fucking point?
Like, I just want to be able to, like, run around.
Let me do my silly little dashes.
I should be running around rolling through Hyrule.
It might not be a nest of goblins.
Yeet.
I bet it is a nest of goblins. This looks like a combat arena, my lord.
There's rows.
I bet.
There's rows
I
of
bet
cover
we
and
find boss
everything.
here.
Sneaky sods. We're trapped.
My lord. I'm working on it.
Sick 'em, boys. Rattle 'em, gamers.
Now, why are they Wade and Tyler? Because don't Final Fantasy have like every game have a wedge and Biggs?
I don't know.
These two feel like they are well made to be a wedge and a Biggs.
I 100% agree. I feel like there are a lot of games that are just like embarrassed of their predecessors doing fun things. Like, they're like, we're a AAA game. We can't reference Final Fantasy characters in this game. I feel that way kind of with Diablo, because as I've been talking to a friend of mine, every like bit of fun thing that's been added, they're just like, well, it's not in 4. Like, oh, there's no like cow level, there's no fun level, there's no like all of the fun, cute parts have been removed.
In replaced with just more blood.
That's the vibe. Far more HP than their smaller counterparts will use devastating abilities to overwhelm opponents. Use the Blessing of the Phoenix to not only deal considerable damage to these enemies, but also break their wills. Breaking an enemy's will can stagger it, leaving it unable to act and vulnerable to attacks. Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah. It's kind of why I like Dragon Quest, is because Dragon Quest is like I stay silly. Like, like Dragon Quest is still like, yes, we're the same game, but we have the guy who's just like a dude in a tiger suit.
There we go. Enemies become partially staggered when their wills at 50%, creating a short opening that combos are easily landed.
Get him, Andrew. Get him.
That dodge
did
not. Well, oh, you know what? I hit the wrong button. I hit the lock-on button instead of the dodge button. I should have played a tutorial or something. There's a precision dodge, along with a shift shot.
Oh, dodge.
There you go.
Look at the FromSoft guy.
Yeah. Completely reducing an enemy's will gauge will stagger it. Extra damage is dealt when an enemy is fully staggered, increasing with each strike landing up to a maximum of 150%. Total amount of damage dealt during this time is displayed upon the enemy regaining its senses. Oh, so we're gonna have a fucking score bar.
That rules. That rules. It should have a little slot machine, I think.
2163 damage. Pew, 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 pew. You have fun with your big swing. I'll just...
This... Andrew. Hell yeah. Oh, I thought you had it.
The thing is, I have a thing... So I can use my Phoenix Shift, which...
Yeah.
Oh, I really thought that wouldn't hit me. Which closes gaps, and it looks kind of like a teleport. But notably, I don't think it's a dodge. I think that if I Phoenix Shift into a weapon, I will simply ram my face into the weapon at incredible speed.
Yeah. You have to dodge.
Come on, come on.
He's tuning up the band, Andrew.
I do like that I kind of dodged over into my two guys to just like...
Yeah, fuck them up.
That wasn't intentional. My bad, gang. Geiger slain.
You got $40.
Level up.
Oh, it's got a lot of numbers, Andrew.
These are good numbers. They all went up by 2. Now I get rewards. Got some hard leather armlets.
Come back and fight, you coward! After him, before he summons the rest.
I think we're good. Oh, Riley, we got menus.
Let's go. Let's enter the menus.
Gear and icons used for equipping weapons and armor, as well as assigning iconic abilities to available slots. Here's where we can set these rings. I think I'm good.
Was there no other like? Was there no like choose no skill tree or nothing?
I didn't. Ooh.
Oh, there we are.
Ability
there
points can be spent on abilities tab to acquire new abilities. Thank you. As well as upgrade existing ones. If you're unsatisfied with Clive's current build, reset them all and try again, as there's no penalty for doing so. Thank you.
That rules.
I got 152. What do I got? So can I... I mean, okay, well, these are my default abilities. I can learn a good chunk, actually.
25, 30.
Oh, here we go. Burning Blade.
Yes, yes. Those are important. That one's
Swift
important.
recovery. We picked up the jump off of an enemy ability from Sekiro. Hold to cast up charged magic. I could charge a magic.
Mm-hmm. And those are then you master things.
Okay.
They have ranks.
All right. I'm going to save up the rest of my powers, I think.
I think that's fair.
What can I do now? I can do this.
Cool. Good.
Sick.
Good. Good. Good.
Fire.
Yeah. That's good.
What was the other one that I gained? What was the other thing that I learned how to do?
I think you just did the 2.
I thought I did a third.
Oh, do you jump off enemies thing?
No, I looked at one that like closed. gaps.
Precision. The precision get back up after you get knocked down.
Oh yes. We did. Oh, probably have to push this door open with my animal instincts. No, my animal instincts say to go this way.
Yeah, this is the battle arena you were just in.
I smelled for goblins. Is there another exit through here?
Not that one. Behind you?
There's an open door right immediately.
There's an open door. There you go. Oot. Okay, well, you probably could have flash stepped through that, so.
Yeah, I can still get up here. I do agree with Red Seraph that this town's been abandoned for years. Let the goblins have it.
But your royal... Uh-oh, this looks like another combat arena, Andrew.
Well, I know how to do a flame strike now, so...
This ends now.
I hear Octopath Traveler 2 is really good. Speaking of
I trust you.
Turn-based RPGs.
The thing is, I like turn-based RPGs, but I don't want to read text.
I want to say that one's, There we go. Call me the Morbull man. Are these not Marlboros anymore?
You guys know what those are? Oh, did that do any damage? Oh, because you're hitting the posture.
Burning Blade.
Oh, he hit you with big hat.
I really wish that...
Yep, you gotta dodge those.
Well, they put the dodge on the wrong button.
Remap the controls.
You can't, from what I hear. Red Seraph, I need you to stop posting misogyny in the chat.
Why is PD Piranha misogynist, Twitch?
Red Seraph, I know we've talked about this. I need you to...
Chat, for those of you who can't see, it says that Red Seraph has posted... has been blocked for misogyny. I don't understand.
I don't know with Twitch.
They're just making shit up. Now, this fight doesn't seem to be like tactically interesting to play. It kind of looks like you're just running up, moving down one health bar, so that way you can bring down the other health bar, and just kind of continuously moving right.
More or less.
Okay. All right, staggered, Andrew. You got to beat 2,100. That's your record. No, didn't beat it.
Not quite.
Didn't beat it. You did take out a quarter of his health, though.
Where's it going? No, 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 no! Tyler told me to avoid the maw. Cinematic strike! When the screen flashes blue like this during a pivotal moment in battle, press square before time runs out to deliver a devastating blow. This feels like our market research said that players felt like they were taken out of control when we did our cool finisher cutscenes.
I also love that they were like, I love you wasting the stagger. Absolutely wasting.
I was charging up my Fyra.
Alright, he's still not below half. This is the problem with like some action games, is like, and like why like I bounce off Sekiro and some Souls games, because I'm in a boss fight and I'm like, Jesus, we're still going. Come on. We have places to be. I'm a busy person.
I agree with that on a lot of games. I don't agree with that for Sekiro, but that's probably a skill issue.
Yeah, I genuinely think that is a skill issue for me. Because like this, you're doing so little damage with each hit.
Yeah, I am kind of there with you.
But also, it feels like your party members do nothing.
There you go. I told you my story about Final Fantasy 13, haven't I?
No, go ahead though.
A
new record.
So I enjoyed 13 for the most part. But then I ran into a problem where I was doing a boss fight and we're doing this cutscene again, huh?
Yep. Oh, different.
Cinematic evasion.
Now for the final push, my lord.
So stuff like that can be really... I do think stuff like that is going to feel better when it's not in a cutscene. Or like not in a tutorial where it pauses to tell me that.
Yeah. It will like be as you're fighting and you're like click, click, click. Because like in Hi-Fi Rush, that shit feels great. Hi-Fi Rush is now kind of my gold standard for 3D platformer and like 3D action.
Yeah.
Like if you can't beat that, then what are you doing? Like you're not even like, I will not respect you. Because like it is, you need to meet it or be close to it, or else where you're doing nothing. The thing about stagger bars that things that aren't Sekiro miss is that they should go down faster when you do more damage.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, I swear to God, if this thing takes me out with a random charge right at the end here.
Then that's it, folks. We're done streaming tonight. Thank you for coming out. Also, it looks like your health is lit up like you're gonna regain health.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to read my health bar.
I guess you are regaining health.
Oh. I guess I am.
When not in immediate combat, so it is possible to just run around on the outside and...
Well, maybe it's just... Yeah, I guess it is while I'm not attacking, huh? Because it seems like it stopped while I,
when you attacked.
It's also kind of the opposite lesson of Bloodborne.
Which is pushed, like when you see the thing.
There it goes.
Which is a more fun lesson than, okay, take a second, do a lap, get your health back.
Level up.
Everything goes up by 2.
I got 30 health. Figured out why Twitch censored you? Is a piranha some thing?
My lord. Thanks. I never thought I'd see it. Not just goblins in Rosaria, but mortals too. I'll petition His Grace to send a detachment.
Interesting.
If we don't stop them here, they'll be at our gates before long.
They just really hate the movie Piranha 3D.
Yeah.
If we set off now, we can still reach Phoenix Gate before nightfall.
Folks that have played the demo, how much longer is there left in this, would you say?
What do you want to bet it ends here?
My guess is that we find out what happened at the gate, and then like the game picks up with 30 years later where we are.
Damned blight.
Or we cut to the future and finish out the like Shiva thing. I can't see anything.
How much can you scroll around, can you?
As much as I can go.
Alright.
To the Phoenix Gate. Sometime later.
Hold on, how much time? Open up the ATL. 8 hours. Okay.
Suddenly, thousands of red eyes. No, wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear this. His lordship draws.
It was like eight dudes.
The goblin chief runs off screaming straight down a mortal's gullet.
The goblins were so small.
Drink and be merry, boys. Good work on the morrow. Must be gratifying to see your student making such a name for himself.
I think that's Tyler.
There's a bright future ahead of him.
Talking to Rodney?
Yep.
One of these nights he may even deign to join us.
And Joseph, you're playing with.
Oh,
your
see, the
food.
kid hates carrots. See, the lore informs the plot.
Important character beat. I wouldn't have known how important that was. Are they hitting the meat with the cup?
But they're hitting the table. And making the table rumble, it's rumble features.
Are you unwell?
Ah!
No, Father. Just a little tired.
Well, it has been a long day.
They all like Clive, don't they?
Aye. Your brother will be a fine shield. We're all very proud of him.
Why doesn't Mum?
Father? Why is it that the dominance is always born into our family? Doesn't seem fair.
We cannot live.
Well, because our blood is better.
And the crystals work.
We've got the good.
You have been blessed, Joshua. Blessed to be a dominant.
Oh, icon was spelled like that when you said it earlier.
Yeah, that's why I pause every time I say it. Yeah, blessed with iconic powers. Spelled EICUON or something.
Oh, this is the new Fall Out Boy song, right?
Something like that.
Louder, my friends! Louder!
They're dead tomorrow. The question is, how many people here live? He's dead now.
Joshua's the little child from that the Wells for Sad Children SNL sketch.
He's gone missing now. He goes missing. Dad dies. Bada bing, bada boom.
She'll be wondering where you've got to.
The dog came?
So much for you being a fine hound.
So this is where you've been hiding.
What are you doing out here?
I didn't see you at the feast.
Feasts are the only time shields are allowed to take their ease. And
feast.
I've never really been one for cakes and ale.
It's the vegetables I don't like.
Like carrots.
Like carrots. I don't like carrots.
I'm glad, because so if you find out.
Hold on, can I pull him up really quickly?
Yeah, he doesn't like carrots.
He doesn't like carrots. It says so right there.
Mhm.
Yes. Now, do you think he'll run into somebody who does like carrots? Do you think there'll be an important part of the game where there's like a fight happening in the future with a masked guy? And he'll be like, carrots, disgusting. And he'll be like, brother?
I think he's gonna get killed by a giant carrot. There is precedence for it. A big carrot monster slaying a member of nobility.
Possible.
When I joined the ranks, everyone thought I was a spoiled little lordling. If I didn't know how to handle a sword, I'd be a laughing stock. The Archduke's firstborn failure. You're the one they really believe in. I'm jealous.
Seraph right. That's why the kid's sickly. He doesn't eat vegetables.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to become like Joshua, or do you want to eat some fucking broccoli? Figure it out.
My brother the Phoenix, ruler of a
You saw that Jordan Peterson diet.
It isn't fair. It should have been you. You don't have what it takes to lead our people. I don't have the strength.
Don't have the stomach.
But you do.
He doesn't eat the vegetables.
Every man has his duty. Ours was decided long ago, when our ancestors chose to instate the dominant as the Archduke of Rosaria. All to ensure that whenever our nation...
Steamed veggies can be fine. They're just not great.
Phoenix would rise.
Hey. Seraph is right. I bet this Joshua kid isn't even drinking the right amount of milk.
He's probably drinking skim milk, like a chump.
Brittle bone looking ass. No veggies, no milk. He's only over there eating steak.
That's what happened to the Habsburgs.
I was born to be your shield. That is why I was given the Phoenix's blessing. To keep our future rulers safe. No matter what.
Dead.
However hard it gets. I'll never let you down.
You are going to let him down in 6 hours.
5, 4, 3.
Before I can do that, you need to take care of yourself.
Eat a vegetable.
Right?
Here, a head of iceberg lettuce. Eat this to start.
I should go inside.
It literally doesn't have a flavor.
Good night, Torgal.
Why is the dog named Torgal, but every dude is like, my name's Brandon?
Oh, they have changed how the back end of Twitch works.
Oh, yeah?
There we go. I found the screen I'm looking for. I'll be your veggies.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something's happening.
Supplies from the capital.
I bet it's not. You didn't want to check back there just to be certain?
Most suspicious man to ever.
Enterprising traders keen to keep us in line.
Spare a barrel for the boys on duty, eh?
What in the?
Glug, glug, glug. Yep.
Gateway secured, Captain.
We proceed as planned.
Oh, I know that voice.
I don't.
I think that's just like a classic Final Fantasy voice, but that's a voice I know. All right, who we think? Well, we're just at the Phoenix Gate.
I'm so sickly and small. It's alright, shame it is.
Is that
Smoke?
Forgive me, my prince. It's me, Wade. You probably don't.
You remember me from earlier?
I remember. What is it?
We're under attack. I don't know who they are, but they've set light to half the castle. I must get you to safety, Your Highness.
Very well. I'm ready.
They should do a fake out. We play as Tyler for the rest of this game.
That would be very funny.
Flight of the Fledgling. You just lit a candle.
Are the enemy already inside the castle?
I'm afraid so.
I guess this is.
Must hurry.
You don't have to protect it.
Yeah.
Can I? Holy shit! Okay.
What do you do?
I just Kuraga'd myself for $99.99.
Yeah, let's go, little boy.
I got schmoves.
What was that?
I have to help them.
I have animal instincts too. Hold on, I gotta open the door.
Yeah, no, the big superpower was not the move.
Fall back, Your Highness. He's not one of us.
No. I must do my duty.
Yeah, little dude.
Man.
This is very much like it's like playing Pichu in Smash Bros, where I can do everything that Pikachu can do, but I'm very shitty at it. I kind of dig it. Oh, hey, Sam.
They were laughing.
This is Sabra Garb. But why would the Empire?
We must find my father.
Saint-Brécois. They're from Quebec.
Saint-Brécois.
Someone told me this game was Canadian.
Kid, check your corners. Come on.
That's what Wade's for.
You went in first.
Are there other, like, Quebecois is Quebec. Are there any other places that have qua as the ending, like, suffix to what they are? You know what I'm asking?
Iroquois, right?
I guess
there are other, like, qua is used.
Why would the Empire do this?
Not often,
They're
though.
our allies.
For how specifically French their heritage, yeah.
I'm not a history person, so I'm not gonna know.
Yeah, Iroquois.
I know
is
they're
not
not French, but I know it's not French, but it was also an OIS. And for what it's worth, I thought the Quebecois was also QUOIS. Because I cannot see any of the text on the screen.
I do love just rolling up as this little child and just, yeah!
Yeah.
Tyler, no!
Tyler.
Damn it! His wounds are deep.
I can save him.
Forever.
Your Highness.
Two kings walking hand in hand.
Don't worry. You're going to be all right.
If I can't save Tyler, what am I even doing?
We'll just cast Curaga once.
Clive!
Joshua! Come here. Tyler, you're hurt. He'll survive. Thanks to His Highness.
More like Tyler.
Lord Murdoch.
Okay, good. All the named characters together.
Alright, gotcha.
You rescued the young prince. Well done, Sir Wade.
They nodded to each other. You see that?
I did see that.
Thank you, Your Grace. We cannot stay here.
I don't trust Rodney's. What happened to the dog?
What the dog doing?
Shut the fuck up.
Only a lost Alan to a Sam Gelif. May the winds speed you to
Yo!
That's cool.
That was sick.
Robo-Bird. I'm the dominant.
The north gate's up ahead. There are chocobos in the stables. Father, take Joshua and get to safety.
No, I'm not going without you. You're supposed to be my shield, remember?
Tiniest little boy.
I remember, which is why I'm going to hold the enemy here while you make your escape.
I will order our remaining forces to rally at the gate. Now go.
I will do my duty. You must do your duty too.
I know.
But I don't want to.
You have to keep Father safe.
It's Christmas.
On you, Joshua.
The big laser beam from space hits him.
Yeah, the owl just comes back and grabs him. I really thought that dude was about to get me.
Yeah.
When you walk away, you don't.
All right, now you're playing the guy without all the cool spells.
Yeah. To go back to using regular fire.
Oh, I mean, hypothetically, you have more experience points now, right? So you could maybe master one of your skills after you beated the boss.
Yeah, there's a chance.
We're too late.
Looks like I'm at 191, so can't quite master anything yet.
Gotcha.
Animal instincts, guide me. Okay.
I wish every time you click the animal instincts, it made like a sound. Like a different animal noise. Hawk, protect me!
Insufficient inventory space. Can I... Okay, so I can set more... I'm probably good. Yeah! Josh was the Sora, Clive is the Riku, Wade and Tyler are Donald and Goofy.
Captain!
Yeah, regular fire still does look cool.
Take them.
Now, are these good guys?
Let none escape.
Cool armor that doesn't show your face is usually the good guys.
Yeah, those are usually the guys that are good.
I'll keep the others occupied.
You gotta focus the spellcaster, Andrew.
Yep.
I notice you're switching people that you're fighting.
Well, I swapped over to the spellcaster, and then I... Yes. That guy went down a lot easier than I expected him to. I thought that was a boss fight.
That's them done. Are you all right?
I'm fine. It's my father and Joshua I'm worried about. We should head back.
All right.
Holy shit! Yeah!
That's so they're just cooler than me.
Oh, that did feel cool. We got fucking dragoons in the game, gang.
That's cool. That's cool. May I have this dance? Is it trite? Yeah. Is it cool? Yeah.
All right.
Everyone's marking out for the word dragoon, and I don't know why, but I am excited by how cool this guy is.
It's a big Final Fantasy word.
Heard.
It's one of those gamer words you've heard so much about.
Stay still, damn you!
That'll have to do for now.
Can you charge the sword fire?
Yeah, that's what that's one of the moves I learned.
Sweet.
Okay,
You know
this
what I mean?
fight
Can
is
you
way
charge?
cooler than the other one was.
Yeah, this one feels like an actual fight. Like, this is actually like, okay, his health is going down at a normal rate. Like, there's enough variation in what's happening. The music is popping.
There's cool timing stuff.
Yep.
Get his ass.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Click the get his
Now
ass
we're
button.
Cooking. All right, Clive, you should have jumped a little bit faster.
I was jamming the button. I was as quick as I could get in.
Dragoons are Dragon Slayer Knights who jump real good with spears and they fucking rock.
Yep.
I barely even go here, but I dropped off with Dragoon. Cool.
Ooh.
Heal, Andrew.
I'm on it. Oh, he swings twice on that one.
High potion if you got
Got
it.
his ass.
Beautiful.
It's no use.
Cool.
Ah, fuck me.
Oh. I think you dodged it. Not that one.
Oh, he's right.
Nice. Again, though. Perfect. Well done. Oh, not that one, though.
Got that recovery, though.
Yeah, see, that's why you pick up that recovery. That's why you pick up the fast recovery.
There we fucking go.
Beautiful close.
Feel free to get in here anytime you want, Rodney.
All right, Rodney, we really got to work together on this to maximize. Rodney, can I get Rodney in here, please? Rodney, table for one. Ooh, nope, that was dead on.
I'm in your debt.
Finish him off, Andrew. Nice. There
he goes.
The Night of Blinding Dawn.
Oh, that
That's
guy
the
was
name.
sick. See, if the game feels here's the problem. If the game feels more like that, I'm in 100%. If it feels more like the other boss fight, I'm gonna hate it.
Yep.
Are you hurt? I'm fine.
Oh, my Final Fantasy 13 story is that I fought a boss kind of like the Marlboro, where it was just a slog. I just kept like staggering and fighting, and it took like an hour to take this enemy down.
Awful.
And in the end, I got a grade, and it said I got an A for the fight. And I was like, that's how that was supposed to be?
You were happy with that?
They were here to take heads. Our work is done. We should return to my father.
My lord, look. We issued these sashes but yesterday, in Rosalith. If they were already among us, what if there were others?
Father and Joshua are in danger.
We must hurry. Take your steed.
What is that?
Uh-oh.
It's Riku.
Final Fantasy games love to have a guy appear in a cloak and mouth words.
Yeah, 12 as a side boss, it takes 24 hours to beat. Yeah, I've never been a side boss guy for that exact reason. Same thing happened in 13 with the first real boss. It was later than that, but it was definitely like 2/3 of the way through the game, and I'm just like, I'm done.
To see Joshua safely back to the capital. On you get, Joshua.
I was on the Pope's spaceship. If I remember that game right.
Father?
I'm sorry, Your Grace, but that won't be possible. You honor the snakes.
Is that Tyler?
Run, Joshua, run! No!
Dad dead first. Got it.
Damn.
Damn, Bill, like super dead. Like not even last words dead.
Yeah. No,
both
that's
the
not
homies
someone
are
we
still
know.
Good.
You must do your duty, Dad.
You gonna turn into a giant fucking bird?
I have to keep Father safe.
I had to.
No, fuck.
It's weird seeing fuck in a Final Fantasy game. I'm not gonna
love
lie.
when a bad guy just says, "Oh shit, oh fuck, oh god, oh jeez, oh no, we're burning to death, oh beans."
It's Naruto.
That's cool. I love a fucking like a power unrefined, so it comes out half formed.
The Phoenix! Joshua! Lord Murdoch! His Highness! Joshua! Stop this! He's lost control. I have to do something. I have to save him. No, my lord. Fall back. Climb.
Elliot. Chocobo. I just went through a whole arc for this bird in the span of 6 seconds.
Get her on her feet and run. Please. Joshua.
I'm 20 feet closer now.
Not now. Come on. You're his shield.
Are we?
Do your duty.
Are we the bad guy?
My lord?
Yo?
Is that us? Was that us?
I don't know. But we're the dude from the beginning of the game, I think.
Oh.
That's impossible.
An icon of fire?
Well, Rodney's fucking gone. Did you see him just disintegrate?
No.
I don't know if that was just graphics being weird or if he just fucking cindered in front of us.
So the opening fight to the game was the brothers fighting.
Was us, yeah.
And now do we get to redo it, but as the big man?
Ah, Phoenix and Ifrit. Okay. This is literally the plot to Attack on Titan.
Cool. Oh, hell yeah. And now... Who are we?
We are,
Okay,
the,
we are
Phoenix.
the Phoenix.
Fire, aim, evade.
Let's go.
The fucking aiming reticle now.
Cool. Cool.
Joshua, that is your brother!
And the main character of the rest of the game.
Yeah, I bet this goes super well for our boy Joshua here.
If I remember right, you get hit so hard you fall, and you turn into a memory.
Yeah, if I remember
Clive
this
has
right.
in the future. But you were worse at evading then. So maybe you'll just crush it this time, Andrew. No, that was the one. That was the one, actually, that you should have evaded. That was the one you should have gone for.
I was busy trying to turn down the audio so people could hear you mock me.
Okay, so the fact there's two icons of fire is the fucked up thing.
Yes. It's very weird that I'm controlling Joshua during this. Oh, right, I can evade. The first time it was just kind of on like cutscene mode, so I kind of forgot that like there is a gameplay mode to this.
Yeah. You are playing a game right now. It's okay, everyone in the castle is already dead.
Yeah, I got good news and bad news, kid.
Cool. Light his ass up, Andrew. Click that button. Click that button.
I'm jamming.
Click it faster.
I'm
Channel
jamming.
Mario Party. Get the Mad Cats out. Turn it on turbo
Hit
mode.
that turbo button.
Nice dodge. Because I bet otherwise that would have killed you and you would have had to start the entire fight over. Honestly, one of the icons is taking dozens of hits and is barely phased, and I'd rather be that one. That is true. You've got hit twice now and you're nearly dead.
That's a skill issue.
Buddy.
Good irony.
Hit him with the super hit. Duty.
Awakening.
This is a good, like, boss battle theme, too.
Yeah, music slaps. If I remember right, they got a real good composer. Like a notable composer for this game. I don't remember who, though. I don't really keep up with composers super much for video games.
Nice.
I'm gonna guess I should dodge this. Damnation in ... 5, 4, 3.
That's cool. Yeah, that's tight. Yeah, that's tight.
I hit the dodge button.
Oh, your whole thing is dying and coming back. That's, you know, that's built in. Uh-oh.
That was me.
You got 50 experience.
Weird that Clive didn't learn any mastery from that. Or get any gold.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I will say this demo has been an hour of me going like, I'm not sure. And then an hour of me popping off.
Yeah, which is the Final Fantasy experience, isn't it?
Not typically. I don't really pop off much for Final Fantasy. It's normally just like a slow burn to good. Here it's just like, oh fuck.
Alright, alright. Now, do you think he saved anybody there?
I think Tyler made it through okay. Damn, shout out to Square Enix Creative Business Unit 3.
Yep. It's still hitting.
Damn.
Oh, you're like backseating.
I think so.
Oh!
Jesus.
I'll eat your fucking head. All right, Red Seraph, you said you eat your brother. That's 10 points for Red Seraph.
Can we get F's in the chat for Joshua? Riley, thank you for logging into Twitch on your own account to post an F.
Yeah, you know, I'm here to help.
These guys are just like, mission accomplished, I guess.
All right. Good job, everybody. We did this, right?
You, go ahead and leave me in charge of paperwork on this one. I'll figure out what to write in the report.
You ate his fucking head.
Condolences, Your Grace. Is there aught we can do?
Haven't you done enough, Captain? Joshua was my world, and now he is gone. I can only pray there will be a place for me in the world his radiance seeks to create.
Oh, so she had both of her sons and husband and everything killed.
It looks like.
Is she the one who was fucking the big guy?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that was Benedicta. This is Annabella.
Annabella.
Our mom, Duchess of Rosaria, wife of Archduke Elwyn, and mother to Clive and Joshua. It was ever her purpose in life to preserve her phoenix-bearing bloodline, for which reason she betrayed her husband, that she might enter... that's probably a spoiler. Enter in league with the force she judged the mightier, the Holy Empire of Sembrek. It was Annabella's treachery that led to the disaster at Phoenix Gate.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's kind of inferred right here by
Yeah.
her her guy stabbing that dude, right?
Yeah.
Your Grace, over here.
And she doesn't seem super broken up about everything.
I think she's sad that Joshua's dead, but she expected him to survive, I guess. But
well, she's miffed that Joshua's dead.
Him from the
Yeah.
worst of the flames. Shall we take him prisoner?
No need for that. Kill him. Wait. As my husband never tired of telling me,
Oh, so your mom put you on the prisoner kill squad.
I'm sure he would make an excellent addition to the Imperial front line. All in its right place.
Take this one.
Well, that one seemed unnecessary.
damn, all right.
They were just kind of handmaidens.
Chin up, lad. You're going to be a soldier. Joshua.
All right. Andrew, I believe we played the demo for Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, I'm Gonna go download this game, I think.
Now here's the thing that you have to decide. Are you going to play this game, or is this going to be our log play? You think about it. You ponder.
Chat, would you be interested in that if we kept this going on Thursday nights?
How would you feel?
Riley, would you be interested in keeping this going Thursday nights?
I love watching. I grew up a younger of a pair. My cousin was older than me, and we were like brothers. We hang out, or we are like brothers. We hang out together all the time. I'd watch him play video games. I was younger, so I'm player too. I get such a joy sitting on the couch and watching a friend play a game and just like shooting the shit about it. I love this shit. So I am down if you are. That's putting a big time on like your time with this game and putting a buffer on it.
That's my one thing, is that I don't know if I want to play this game 3 hours,
2 hours at a
week.
time. It is true. It is true. And so maybe it is like we do it until you're like, okay, I need to play this game on its own. I need to step out.
Let me consider it, because we do have irons in the fire on a different game.
We do. You're absolutely right.
So we'll consider it. We'll figure out what we want to do, and we will come back to something soon. I'm so glad that the playthrough data is saved, that it just
yeah,
like that I don't have to
do that again.
Yeah.
Damn. Now, is there anything that comes in the physical copy? If you went out to a GameStop, would you get a little map?
Oh, interesting. They've got a second thing that's like, hey, do you want to see how the game plays like at later versions? Here's what you are when you've like unlocked a bunch of other shit.
That's really cool.
So, yeah, I might go see if there's a cool physical edition or something like that. But I think that we are going to call it now.
All right.
So,
chat, thank you for joining us here this evening.
Yeah, I can't talk right now. That demo was great.
That was really sick.
What a demo.
Awesome.
What an opening to a game.
It really took us on the epic highs and lows of Final Fantasy games.
It really did.
2.5 hours.
Well, thank you all for joining us. This has been a lot of fun. And Monkey Man, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Love taking a little bit of Bezos's money back.
Yes. And a reminder to everyone, if you have a brother, eat their head to gain power.
If you liked us and want to see more, please check out the Moonshot Network if you haven't already. And if you're there, we do have a Blue Sky account now. You can find me at co-host Sherms. You can find the network at Moonshot Pods, and you can find the Podcast Minds at the Podcast Minds. Anyways, search for us. Otherwise, check us out on Twitter or wherever else you get your content. On that note, I think it's time to say goodnight, everyone.
Good night, Red Seraph. Wait, I'm a brother.
You better strike first.
You better swing first or else you're fucking gone, dude.
See ya.
Bye.